What's up, you guys? We are back for another video, and in this video we will be talking about how to get your nail tips to stick to your practice hand nail beds. Y'all, let me tell y'all, when I first got this practice hand, I was so frustrated because I could not get the nail tips to stay on. Like, it was to the point where I just was about to send it back because nothing would make these nail tips stay on. Like I was thinking it was something wrong with the hand. Y'all, no, it really was driving me crazy. Y'all, I just want to let y'all know what y'all do so that it does not discourage anyone else when they are beginning this process of doing nails, because that is so discouraging when you want to practice and you feel like you can't because you can't get the tips to stay on. So first things first, a lot of how to get these tips to stay on has to do with your prep. So you want to cut the nail down, as you see that I have already done. And then you want to start taking off some of that shine that's on the nail. Now, naturally, when you are doing your own nails, you will use like the drill bit to just shave off a little bit of the shine, right? When I am using a drill bit for this, I typically like to use it to not only take off the shine, but mainly to get rid of that cuticle part, because I just like to get rid of the cuticle when I am doing the practice trainer hand. What I then like to do after that is to go in with the 80/80 grit file. That is the grittiest of the grit when it comes to the files. And then I'll go in and I'll shave the top. What that does is that will make that top part very coarse on that nail bed. See, because when you do it with just the drill, sometimes it's not as coarse as you need it to be. And I feel like that 80/80 grit file really gets that grit that I need to get that plastic nail to grip onto that plastic nail bed. These are the nails right here that I will be using, you guys. I will leave a link in the description box on how you can purchase. I did get them directly from Amazon. But the next thing I want to point out here is choosing the right nail tip. This is where a lot of people go wrong. Oftentimes, when you're doing nails, you choose the nail tip that is great for the nail bed, right? Meaning, like, whatever your nail bed size, you choose the nail tip that matches that nail bed size, right? But with this practice hand, you really want to choose a nail tip that's slightly bigger, because if you choose the right size, I find that it flops right back up. It will not stay down for nothing when you are choosing the nail tip that is the size of the actual nail bed. When you choose that nail tip that is slightly bigger, it tends to lay a little bit more flat, and it will go ahead and stick to that nail bed much better, because it's like it doesn't have that pressure that makes it want to flop back up from it being like curved, as opposed to when it's nice and flat, it'll go ahead and stick much quicker. You see, it's laying down nice and flat, and it has like a little bit of the nail sticking out from the side. That's what you want. So now the next thing is you want to use good glue that dries fast. Y'all, slow drying glue has always given me a problem, or let's not even say slow. Let's say regular drying glue has always given me a problem when it comes to putting on the nail tips onto this hand. That maximum speed glue speeds up the process so much more, because I don't have to hold down the tip as long, because you're already going to have to hold the tip down a little bit longer to get it to stay. But when you have that maximum speed glue, you don't have to sit there forever holding the tip down for each and every nail bed. All right, you guys, now that we got the nail on, we just want to go in and take our drill bit, and we want to go ahead and shape that tip to now match the size of the nail bed. Remember, we chose a larger tip just so we could get it to lay flat across the nail bed. Now we want to go ahead and shape that tip so that it can be unique to the nail bed that it's on. Y'all, while I'm filing, I just want to say, anybody who is just starting out doing nails and got the practice hand, you know, you guys, this process was so frustrating for me in the beginning, because I was like, dang, how am I even going to get better if I can't even practice? Y'all, just take a deep breath and keep going. Don't let that frustrate you. Go ahead and try some of these methods. Hopefully it's helpful to you, and keep going, y'all. When I first started, I had to learn how to do this. But then once I learned how to get those nails on, I was practicing all the time. So much that people was complaining about the smell of monomer because they smell of monomer all day in the place that I was living. But that's a whole nother story for another day. But now that we went ahead and finished filing, I'm just going to put a little bit of the primer on here, and there we go. So y'all, we done got our tip to stay. Our tip is on nice and good and sturdy, and we can start acrylic application. So you all, again, if you're struggling with this, go ahead and try some of the tips that are mentioned in this video. So I hope this video helps someone else, because I really needed to know these things to get through get through putting these tips on this practice hand. Y'all, let me know what you think. Don't forget to like and please subscribe to the channel. And until next time, you guys.